name is Shiva and today I will be reading the heaven story of Sirthi. Sirthi?
Sirthi.
Sirthi. Sirthi. Sorry. Let's get started. Humans have always dreamt of flying. It's why we made planes and hang gliders and everything else. But there's a common English saying, which is, if we were meant to fly, we would have been born with wings. But a lot of us were. Many of us were born with different wings, black, brown, pure white, red as blood. And we just lost them over time as we slowly came to hide who we were much more. But the thing is, some of us still have our wings somewhere, and you, especially, still have your wings. You see, you are an angel, in the literal sense. You are a warrior as well, though. You carry a sword to defend love, light, and everything that we are. You protect us and yourself and every being who needs protecting. But you will fight those beings if they lose themselves in their own self-hatred. You are much stronger than you let on, and you have a holy strength that is unmatched. Your light shines brighter than anything humans could ever hope to make or see. You are fast, strong, and deep down you are very confident in your abilities. But when you became a human, you chained up your wings, tied them to your back, and you hid them under a cloak so that nobody would see them. But the time for hiding them is over. Now is the time for you to stand up, to let your wings free, to let them open in all of their glory, and to pick up your sword again, and to fight for the people who need you, to fight for the people who need your love and your light, and to share your confidence, and just to love them. To show them that they are not alone. And that even when they feel like everyone's against them, you will stand to help them, even if you have to stand alone. Questions, comments, concerns?
So, it was a very general story, right? You know, about who she is, that she has tied her wings to her back and she needs to free him. But there was not so much such a really specific task. Does she have, on top of what you said, some very specific task right now?
Well, yeah, I didn't really specify it, but I mentioned it in the story. Because, you see, it's not like she's got this huge, overbearing task that's going to be super hard for her to do on her own. But she has a task, and it's a task that fits really well for her, and I think that she can really manage. So you got much more lucky than a lot of people I've read the story for. You actually got a task you can do.
Okay.
Basically, like I said, a lot of angels, they fight in, I guess, groups. Sort of, like there's groups of specific angels who are specific warriors to something. Like your warriors of light have angels, and those are angels of light, and they fight for your cause. But she doesn't really have that. She doesn't have a group that she fights with. She fights on her own, which was why her task is very special. Because, again, that was what I mentioned, sometimes she has to stand alone. Because she is, again, like a lone angel or a rogue angel. She fights alone and she protects people alone. So that's why she's a little more special, because her job is to defend people who have huge, giant enemies that they cannot defend on their own. And she has to do it without the help of other people. So she has to figure out what to do on her own. Because she knows, she just has to access that knowledge.
Okay.
So she's a bit like a wise mentor kind of person. She's a student of us, but she's also a teacher to those who don't know where else to go.
Okay, second question. You mentioned that her wings are tied to her back. So it looks to me like that's very painful and has been very painful, and it looks to me like when she frees them, there's still some healing that needs to be done. Can you give her a tip how to heal this pain that comes from having the wings tied to her back for such a long time?
Yeah, well, first of all, obviously it's gonna hurt, because it's kind of similar to when you have like a too tight string on your wrist, or a too tight bracelet. You don't mind it at first, but after a while it starts to cut off your circulation and you kind of lose feeling and it starts to hurt, and it's bad for you. So when you let it go, you have an angry red mark and it really hurts, right? That's how it is. She's cutting off the circulation of her wings. But when she frees them, she's going to have to get the blood flowing again, so to speak, and she's going to have to use them a lot to, figuratively fly with them. Which means she's going to have to really dive into her task and do everything she can. And I would suggest that she starts with just people she knows around her. Because I've noticed that in the spiritual community, there are a lot of people who are very lost and confused, and even if I read them a heaven story, their task might be very difficult, so that's what she's here for. She's here to not only enforce what I tell them, and to help where we all guide them, but also to help them reach their goal. She's sort of their helper, mentor, and guide, and guardian angel.
Okay. Understand.
So she's basically a guardian angel for all of humanity, not just one person.
Perfect. These were my questions. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right.